Wow, can't believe I'm fighting to get this. Hey guys. No, I'm sorry. Um, hey guys, welcome to my live today. I am I am cleaning and you guys remember I talked about how I was gonna finish up with my cleaning today. Um, I'll be leaving this place soon because this light is interrupting. Welcome to my live. Welcome. Welcome to my live, you guys. Okay. So I am just going to continue cleaning while we have a chit chat. And because I'm gonna be on in my vacuum cleaner. 1 minute, guys, please, 1 minute. So because I'm gonna be using my vacuum cleaner, there's gonna be a pause in between pause here and there. And I've been cleaning since morning, but I was cleaning upstairs. And it's finally time to clean down. So because we're cleaning, like I said, there's gonna be pause. I'm sorry, you guys. We are cleaning today. I said I was gonna be live, You guys please like my live, interact. I know yeah, I'm vacuuming. I said I was gonna vacuum my mops today. You guys were with me on live yesterday when I was cleaning my fridge and wiping my appliances. But yeah, um thank you for joining my live. Please like, interact with me. I'm gonna make sure I come to look at the screen, and yeah, please support my live. Thank you. So I have this one that I wear on my carpet, and I have this one that I wear on my laminate. I have this one for my laminate. Okay. Okay, so yeah, so I was cleaning a part of my house in the morning. Bro, no, I'm a lady. Hi, Eric taken. Hi. Um, yeah, live and doing vacuum. I'm sorry. I should have never considered that. I wasn't thinking of the implication of the sound, and yeah, that is that. So now let's wipe some surfaces. So today I wanted to talk about finding me and finding love. Thank you for those of you that are liking my live. That means so much to me. Thank you so much. Finding love and finding me. Maybe I'll just keep this a little distance away as I'm doing what I'm doing. So, some of us are not meant to have partners early on in our lives. When I mean partners, I mean long-time partners, like marriage, or people that don't believe in marriage want to start having kids. I don't do much with wiping tea because my husband does a whole lot. So I'm just going to take out some dust and see. Because some of us are humans that seems to maybe late bloomers, maybe depending on our life circumstances, our childhood trauma, or so many things. As we grow, it becomes difficult to discover who we are as a person or find who we are as a person. So I had a lot of things going on in my life as a child. I lost my dad, life was different, and a lot of things happened. So that really affected how I went into my adult life as a person and trying to navigate so many things in my life. At the same time, trying to discover who I was. There were so many things that were standing on my way, like survival, a lot of things that made me did not pay a lot of attention to who I was as a person because life was just busy, right? Life was very busy. And because of that, I didn't marry early in life. I didn't even have serious relationship like that. And unapologetic because I'm glad I did not. My life was busy and needed my attention. I needed to be able to survive. I needed to be able to cater for other people because I had siblings that were depending on me, and it would have been a disservice to myself to decide in that situation that I wanted a partner, a long-time partner, if you know what I mean, marriage or whatever. So I'm glad I'm one of those people who did not marry early. Okay, I'm trying to get to this. Nice flowers. I love your glasses. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Nice flowers. Thank you. I'm actually learning how to keep life plants. That's why I have that there. Since I started learning, I think this has been the longest. I had this early December. That's why I picked that color. It's dying out, but I'm trying my best. The old ones are dying, but I'm seeing some new ones that are blooming out actually. So yeah, I'm trying to learn how to care for a life plant because yeah, I feel like living in a place that I am right now in Canada, you have sometimes I want to see greens even when the weather don't let it. So I have to start learning how to care for plants so I can be having them in my living space. Trying to get to the top of word. Oh, thank you so much for interacting with me. This means so much to me. Thank you. So like I was saying, my life as a child, as a young adult, was really busy. Too busy for me to want to pause the thing that, oh, people of my age grade, we're finding serious relationship, or we're getting married, or we're getting hooked or stuff. My life was really busy. So I kind of didn't pay so much attention to relationship because yeah, I had so much to deal with. And it's not like I didn't have relationship at all. I had relationship here and there, and I never really cared so much about it, right? I don't remember. I kept about 2 relationships for 2 years, and I think they were best from distance. That's why I was always dating people from distance, because yeah, I think that I was just enough for me to deal with and my family. So that distance was something that worked for me, and I really appreciated it. And I had relationships here and there, but I never really gloated about if people were there for me or if the relationship was failing, or I was just not in the right place in my life to give my all to a partner, to a relationship. I tried my best, but now that I look back, I just know that I was not in the right space in my life to be able to handle that. So yeah, and then as I grew, I started to even learn who I was and learn the things that happened in my past relationship that failed, and to discover myself for who I was, the things I stand for, the things, how much I would travel for someone, and the things I wouldn't take. I mean, I knew me so much. I've always been a very grounded person from the onset, but definitely, there were so many things I didn't know about me. I would compromise so much early in life, like so much compromise, even at my expense. Even at my expense, I would compromise because I feel like that was the best thing to do. But as I grow and discovered myself, as I live, I started to learn that, okay, even if you want to be with someone so bad, you need to be able to vet them and see how far you are willing to travel with the person. You need to discover your values. You need to know what you stand for, so you don't stand for anything. So those were things I get to discover about me or in relationship, that I needed to take a stand for myself. I needed to be able to stand for something, so I don't fall for anything, if that makes sense. So the more I discovered myself, the more I realized that I was compromising too much in the past, and the more I I decided to take a stand for what it is, how far I'm willing to go, what I'm compromising, and what I'm definitely not compromising. And I began to see some flaws that my own flaws, things that I was doing wrong, like things that went wrong because of my actions, because I was immature, or because I just did not understand life to a certain level. And I started to set boundaries. Before then, as a young adult, I didn't know what boundaries were. So that's why I said I learned how to stand for something. I learned how to know what miles I was willing to travel with anyone. So I started to see, okay, these were things that I did that was definitely my fault, because my understanding about life then was just different. So as I started to discover myself, I started to have a lot more boundaries. I don't know if that makes sense. I think so. I started to have a lot more boundaries, because a person without boundaries is a person that anybody will push. So I discovered that I have had work tests as a young adult, and mainly I wouldn't blame myself so much for that, because I was young and naive, right? So I would think that, oh, when people say they love you, as long as they say they love you, you are good. So I learned the hard way that no, not everybody that say they love you, that really loves you for you, or that really loves, that really loves you for you. Some people love an idea about you, or some people just love you because you're naive. Yeah. There are people who love you because you are naive, and because you're naive, they feel like they are going to be able to use you, or you can say their purpose, and that's why they are there in your life. Yeah, there's some people who are just there in your life at that moment just because you serve their immediate needs. So those were the things I started learning as I started growing. I started defining my boundaries and my relationship. And as I was learning this, I found out that I started to vet people a lot better. Like the people I would just, things I would close my eyes to before, I started to just see that no, closing your eyes to things like this just did not work, and it was not going to save you long time. So I started to pay attention to things like that. And my choice of who I become friends with or who I date changed. And when those things changed, I started to see that I had a lot less issues with people than I would before. And that's because I just did not have boundaries. Even though I think I had, it wasn't enough, or it wasn't well defined. Or sometimes I could not just come out plainly to tell people I wasn't going to do this, or I wasn't going to do that. Or I could not just assess them and stand for what I wanted to stand for, maybe. So as I started to have more boundaries and be more self-aware, my pool of people I wanted to be with or associate with become thinner, because I was not ready to go for anyone, or I was not ready to mingle with anyone, or I was not ready to date just anyone. I was growing to be more mature, to see life differently, and to approach life more maturely. So my pool of people that I would choose from began to be thin. And that's when I started discovering that once people know that they cannot use you, they will pull away from you. And that is very okay. If you are a person that everybody's flogging around, or everyone want to be with you, or they're always calling you every time and stuff, you might want to take a back bench and assess what you're doing or what you're not doing. How many pillows I sleep with? Excuse me, this is not my bedroom. Okay, I'm trying to get to the top. Okay, that's only why I stopped. Say you. Okay, I'm trying to understand and read all of these comments on here. I'm sorry. All right, see you too. Thank you so much. Jen Entier or something. Jen Lantier. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. When words are together, I find it hard to pronounce. So yeah, somebody asked how many people I sleep with. This is not my bedroom. This is my living room. So yeah, I'm going to vacuum this area and we can come back and continue on a little gist or a little talk. Oh, I can't believe I have to go upstairs to unplug this. So you guys, I didn't think about actually being live and vacuuming. I didn't really put that into context of how it was gonna affect my sound. But you guys, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry I'm doing this. But we just have to get this done. Yes. We have to get it done. So I'm trying to change this to this so I can vacuum my carpet. am trying to get my home clean because my husband it's coming home. That's why I like it that when he's back home, everywhere is sparkling clean. Yeah, I like everywhere to be sparkling clean by the time my husband is home. So here we are trying to get things done here. And I do appreciate you hanging out with me to get things done. I do really appreciate your time with me to get things done, you guys. Thank you for staying with me. Oh no, I held the wrong place. So I have been cleaning the same house from yesterday. I have already cleaned my upstairs today, and yesterday was the kitchen and the appliances and stuff. Today is vacuuming and mopping. Can you just stay? So yeah, I was cleaning my upstairs, early hours today, and now it's time to clean these things. Basically wipe, vacuum, and mop. Okay, we need to have a nice position. And that is gonna be here. good enough. Yes. okay, you guys. I'm so sorry. It's coming out like this. Well, I'm seeing shoe stains somewhere. That's for sure. Vacuuming done, and we are about to mop now. And yeah, I'm mopping, and I have my mop bucket. When I want to mop, I mop like real mopping, like a whole water mop stick, and just give it a good mop. I feel like I wanted to talk about something, but because this doesn't really work today because the vacuum is making a lot of noise. Yeah, I was talking about something. I think that really warrants so much people giving attention and me giving attention. So I'll rather just leave the talking for another day because I want to talk about something very important. My experience in life and stuff is an interesting thing to talk about, but this is not working. The vacuum made so much noise that I couldn't even hear myself. So I'm just gonna leave that for some other time. I am going to mop. I'll go down to my basement and get me a mop bucket. I'll be back soon, you guys. You guys prefer to just use the swivel stuff, or you want an actual mopping? Like me, I feel like the other dry mopping is for some occasion where you just have stains somewhere or there on your floor, and just need a quick fix, a quick wipe of some place that you think is there, but it shouldn't be dirty. And then I personally feel like when I need to clean my home, when I need a proper clean, I also need a proper mopping. Like, that other one doesn't cut it for me. It doesn't at all. So So I always feel like when I need a proper clean, it should be properly mopped too. It shouldn't be a quick fix. It should be something I take my time to clean and take my time to mop. And I do this once every month in my house. I give it a good mop. Then the other one just come occasionally when I have some dirty places that I just need a quick fix. When I'm doing a proper cleaning, I like to give it a nice. However, that only happens once in a month. I really do love to play music when I'm cleaning. However, I choose to be live on YouTube, which doesn't allow this. That is enough. So, that's how messy my home is today. need me a smaller mop, you guys. Those of you like in my life, thank you so much. That means a lot to me. You can also give me some hearty cheers. And I promise it's for free, you guys. It's free of charge. Very, very free. I bet you didn't know that, right? I need to turn on the fan somewhere. I'm so kind of really strong sometimes. Turn the fan. I love that when I'm mopping and see that the water is not so dirty. And then I'm like, okay, perhaps it's not so dirty like that. But I just know the part of my house that always, like, it's so dirty all the time. When you put mop there, you know that that portion is dirty. And that's because that's where we bring in our dirty shoes from. I mean, I always mop that point as the very last place to mop. Very last place. So that it keeps the water clean till I get to that point. Yes, thank you so much for staying with me and supporting my life with you. It's a lot to me. Thank you. You can like my life and you can subscribe to my channel, and it is absolutely free to do that. You don't have to pay. What that means is that when I am live like this or I post the content, you'll be able to see it on your FYP, on your feed. And you can also interact with me. I promise I'm human. guys, I promise I'm human, I'm not AI, okay? I know it's becoming it's becoming more difficult to know the difference between AI content and real content. But I promise I'm human. I am human, you guys. So you can subscribe to me. You can yeah, and just keep in touch with my content, or just keep in touch with me. And to subscribe to my channel, it's free. It's absolutely free to try to keep up with my content. I don't know if others charge, but I do not charge. So you can hit the subscribe button. Absolutely free. And thank you for your support. Oh no. So I'm not trying to help myself. So I'm suspending what we wanted to talk about today for another time, because I already messed up the time by vacuuming. And because I was vacuuming, even I could not hear myself. So all the things I was trying to blab about today, we will keep it for some other time and blab about it. So I'm going to be mopping the latest part of my house. And that is going to be the end of the mopping for this month. that is the dirtiest part of my house, and I'm going to sprinkle some soap on my mop so I can keep it clean. Now this is like taking out the trash. Okay, so that's like giving my mop a quick rinse, so it stays clean. Okay, my mop is going to go for suspension. Another one. Take that to my basement later on. And before that, I'm gonna say thank you so much to you guys for being part of my life today, for all of you that joined, and for all of you that couldn't stay because I was busy. I'm gonna do this again, and then I'm gonna talk about a very important thing that I couldn't talk about today because my vacuum wouldn't let me talk. So thank you so much. I really do appreciate. And please make it a date with me. I don't know about tomorrow. But please subscribe to my channel. That way every time I'm live, you will get a notification. Please. And also when I post a video, you will get to see my video whenever you log into YouTube or you just open your YouTube app. And yeah, I am going to be going live more often, but not all my live video will be making it to your FYP, because yeah, some of them are just going to be staying private, and that's fine. I'll just leave them in private so I don't overwhelm my page with live meaningful or meaningless live content. So my live video are just gonna be for people who can catch me while I'm live, or sometimes if I feel like I was talking about something really interesting, I can let it come on your FYP. But for today, I couldn't really keep my people because I was busy vacuuming, and that made a whole lot of noise. And this live is not going to come on your FYP. If you're not part of this live, you're not going to be able to see it again. And so it's going to be most of my live content. But I will please plead with you that you subscribe to me and be part of the people who actually come on my live, and that way we can interact more on a personal level. Like you can ask me question right there and I can answer it right there too. And thank you so much for those of you who have been part of this live today. I am really grateful. I appreciate your support. I appreciate your time, because your time is precious. But thank you for giving it to me, and yeah, thank you so much, and I will see you some other time on a live or when I post content. And yeah, I'll be doing this more often because I think it's fun. Yeah, so we'll be like more often. Bye you guys, see you not tomorrow or maybe next. Bye.